It's hard to believe that the movie Jurassic Park is 31 years old. It's also hard to believe just how big that movie was when it came out. It's the only time in my life I've seen people queuing half a mile down the street, waiting for hours just to get into the cinema. And the cinemas where I grew up, that was the only film they were showing from when they opened in the morning to when they closed at night. And aside from some dated references and a few now rather dated bits of CGI, for the most part, that film still holds up. It looks great. Although, if I'm honest, now when I watch it, I spend more time looking at Laura Dern running around in those shorts than I do looking at the dinosaurs. For me, I've always understood the underlying message of Jurassic Park is not so much the danger of power, but more the danger of the abuse of power. Because the character John Hammond, played by the late Richard Attenborough, essentially is playing God, resurrecting the dinosaurs without considering the implications of doing so. Spoiler alert, it doesn't go well. But that's my take on it. Now, I've got a clip coming up in which a trans woman, and it's the only time I'm going to use that phrase to refer to that individual, is explaining that Jurassic Park is actually about the miracle of being transgender. Because it's 2024, and that's all anything is about.
Why Jurassic Park is a trans film. You want to know why the movie about dinosaurs that inexplicably change sexes so that they can start breeding again because nature finds a way. A movie made in the early 90s where they had to explain that concept in a way that made sense for the film because it was surprising. It was meant to be the twist, and even by modern standards, unnecessary because nature does find a way. Like, if overnight our society went to all women, nature would find a way. Humans wouldn't stop existing. That's kind of the whole point of the movie, is nature finds a way. It's all about shirking off strict binaries and strict restraints and strict ways of thinking that you have any control over the chaos of nature, which includes all of us and all of our brains. And a lot of people really struggle with that at a certain point, there's information we don't know, we're never going to get to know, or that we don't know currently. And saying, that not real, you're a dude, bro, or is a mental illness, doesn't make that fact go away. And that scares a lot of people. So Jurassic Park is a trans film, because those dinosaurs, a bunch of them, have technically gone from one sex to another.
I want to make it clear, I don't have an issue with trans people, but I do take issue with gender ideology. In particular, when it's being pushed onto young children, or when it's used to twist something to fit its own narrative, which is what our friend there is doing. Now, for the rest of this video, I will use he, him pronouns for that chap and refer to him as a man, because I'll be discussing biological sex and whether he likes it or not, and regardless of what he identifies as, that's what he is. He is male. The first question I have is, does our new friend not know that Jurassic Park is a work of fiction? Because he's talking about the movie like it's a fucking documentary. Maybe he's got mixed up between David Attenborough and Richard Attenborough, because the late Richard Attenborough was the brother of Sir David Attenborough. That's quite a high-achieving family. Was he watching the movie thinking, hang on, Richard Attenborough? Is he the guy that does all the nature documentaries? Oh wow, they brought the dinosaurs back. I'm guessing our new friend also has trouble telling fantasy from reality. All that stuff about Jurassic Park being about breaking the gender binaries, though? I don't know where he's getting that from. I don't recall any scene in the film where any character looks at the Tyrannosaurus Rex and goes, so stunning and brave. Transosaurus Rex. There's the title for the video. And the plot twist about our friend says nature finds a way constantly, even though the line is life finds a way. That's part of the plot. The scientists used the DNA from frogs to fill in the gaps in the dinosaur's genetic code, and under the correct conditions, some creatures can change sex. Crucially, though, humans can't. Clownfish, they can change sex. So, at the start of Finding Nemo, when there's just Marlin and Nemo left, in the real world, Marlin would have changed sex and then fucked his son. That would have been a very different Disney movie. And of course, all humans, we start off as female as embryos. If you're a man watching this and you've ever wondered what that line is that runs up the middle of your ball sack, that's where your vagina used to be. Disgruntled Danny, where every day's a school day. Trying to make the point that if there were no men, or no male humans, that life would find a way to carry on. Let's assume that happens. So there's no men anymore, so I'm not there, and neither's our new friend, despite the way that he dresses. I don't think the human race would last very long, because if we assume that when all the males disappear, all the sperm banks mysteriously get emptied as well, no matter what our friend thinks, to make a new human being, you need two people of opposite sex. With no one producing sperm, there'll be no producing new humans. But also, what about our other masculine duties? Like putting up shelves and putting the wheelie bin out. I know those are stereotypes, but it's bin day today where I live, and it's only people with XY chromosomes that I saw putting the wheelie bins out. In fact, while I'm on this, there is a weird double standard in society. Because if you have a man who goes to work and pays his own way through life, no one calls him a strong, independent man. Yet if you have a woman who does the same thing, pays her own bills, and let's say at the end of the week she treats herself to something and puts a photo on Instagram, straight away it's strong, independent woman, girl boss, slaying it queen, giving it to the patriarchy, Wakanda forever, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. This is a fairly short video because I don't know what else to say. I don't really get the point our transgender friend is trying to make, other than in a movie that's over 30 years old, some creatures which no longer exist change sex. Sex, not gender. And somehow, that affirms his identity. Again, the line from the movie is life finds a way. Sometimes it would be nice if it didn't. If you've enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe. And as ever, thanks for watching. The movie Jurassic Park is over 31. The movie is the dangers of the abuse of power. And if you didn't get that, frankly, you're fucking thick. Transosaurus. Transosaurus. Best not. All about breaking the gender binary. Where's our new friend getting that? He's getting it from the voices in his head. Jurassic Park being all about breaking the gender... fuck that up. The late Sir Richard Attenborough. And was he a sir? I don't know. Although, if he's thinking that way, he'd also assume that someone called David Attenborough, or Richard Attenborough, was a serial killer. What's that movie he did? Oh, fuck. Rillington Place, to be. I guess you can... Oh, the fucking wind's up again. One thing before I forget, and I'm on the opposite side of the hill now, I don't normally record here. Last night, the new single by Athena's Revenge, of which I am a member, got played on the radio for the first time. Our singer recorded it from the passenger seat of her car, and then I posted it to my YouTube channel. To everyone who's watched it and liked it and commented, thank you so much. Just one thing though. Somehow, I've been flagged for copyright. I wrote the fucking song!